Hello, fellow griever, and welcome to another round of Daily Nugget. My readings from the Daily Stoic book. Today is January 23rd. The truth about money. Let's pass over the really rich. How often the occasions they look just like the poor. When they travel abroad, they must restrict their baggage, and when haste is necessary, they dismiss their entourage. And those who are in the army, how few are their possessions they get to keep. Seneca, on Consolation to Helvia. The author F. Scott Fitzgerald, who often glamorized the lifestyles of the rich and famous in books like The Great Gatsby, opens one of his short stories with the now classic lines, "Let me tell you about the very rich. They are different from you and me." A few years after this story was published, his friend Ernest Hemingway teased Fitzgerald by writing, "Yes, they have more money." That's what Seneca is reminding us. As someone who was one of the richest men in Rome, he knew firsthand that money only marginally changes life. It doesn't solve the problems that people without it seem to think it will. In fact, no material possession will. External things can't fix internal issues. We constantly forget this, and it causes us so much confusion and pain. As Hemingway would later write of Fitzgerald, he thought the rich were a special glamorous race, and when he found out they weren't, it wrecked him as much as any other thing that wrecked him. Without a change, the same will be true for us. So I'm not sure if this needs a lot of expansion, but I do know that it's the truth about money, just like the title of today's writing is, that so many people without money believe that money would fix everything, and many people with money absolutely know that it doesn't. And yes, I would be remiss if I didn't say I think money probably makes some things easier in life, for sure. You know, we can't pay a bill with our good looks, right? But it doesn't change everything. People with money still have problems, and many of them have greater problems than those without, especially if we're clear, if we have clarity of thought and mind, if we're mindfulness, if we're making good choices, if we're practicing the principles of a good person and living a good full life, then it doesn't make as much of a difference as we think. That's all for today. See you tomorrow.